Hello, it's time for tactics and let's get to it. So it has to be something with the long diagonal. It's very vulnerable, so I have to think of something like on bishop d4 there's e5. Maybe there's rook d1 with the idea to sack an exchange and then enter on f6, and his pieces are not well placed. So for example, if rook d1 happens and then rook e8, I could probably go for take and bishop d4. But then there's e5. So it has to be some modification of the two. Maybe it's this, rook d1. If rook e8, you take on d3, take on d3, queen f6, king g8, h6. And now if queen d1, then king h2 and you escape. If king f8, there's gonna be bishop c5 or even bishop h4. Bishop h4 seems more secure, but okay, let's see. Once again, rook d1, rook e8. But you could go bishop d4 here. What's the matter with this? Because on e5 you can take on e5, and rook cannot take because of queen, which hangs on d8. And also, to explain one more thing, if you exchange queens here, bishop takes, and on the next move you either take on d3 or go bishop f6 and force black to give up his rook. So it could be that simple that after rook d1, rook e8, there's just bishop d4, and on king g8, well, bishop f6 looks quite devastating. Bishop f6, queen b6, king h2, queen d6, g3, and then queen g5 looks lethal here. Queen g5 with entry on g7. So what will it be? I think it's rook d1, but maybe I missed some more obvious move. If I begin with bishop d4, then e5, I don't really see that as a solution, because now both queen and bishop hang at the same time, so I don't think I'm gonna exploit the weak diagonal that way. So rook d1 looks like the move. And now maybe some crazy stuff like rook g2 should be examined, but I don't really see it. Maybe queen d5 is something you have to look for, but then there's a queen d4, a queen trade, and after which it's nothing. Wait. Aha, wait a second. It actually is something. So rook d1, queen d5, queen d4, takes e5. Now you just move the bishop to c3. And if knight moves, then bishop takes e5 and black cannot defend on this diagonal. And if he goes rook d8, then you still take on e5 and he's pinned. But wait, he goes to g8. That's not enough. That's not gonna be enough, although white's a pawn up. Not a pawn up, but these pawns are doubled, so they're not really that useful. Wait a second, so here queen d5. Threatening checkmate in 1. Queen d4 takes, e5, and then some brilliancy. Maybe it's not rook d1 then. Rook d1, queen d5, check here, and just maybe it's just g3, because you still maintain the same threats, although there's now this move. Not so easy to assess. How to cross 1500 to 2000 elo? By working hard. By improving tactics. This one, queen d5. Queen f6. Rook g7 and then something like bishop g3 maybe. Aha, bishop g3 stops the e5 stuff. Queen e5 stuff. That could be the answer, but it's so tiring. You should follow these top events where the best grandmasters play, and it will seem that you're not learning anything, but you will. It's called passive learning. It's much slower learning, but if you don't have access to books or things that are usually paid, then I think the broadcasts are maybe the best way to learn. So rook d1. I should ship it. I should ship it. h6. I didn't even consider that. Damn. My bad. So rook d3, queen d3, queen f6, king h7, and then bishop d4. But this is not escaping checks. Queen d1, no. Maybe he can afford exchange of queens now. And then, that's nothing. Knight f4 is gonna be mighty response. Queen d4. Oh, this is not good. This is not looking good. If bishop d4, oh, I take on e5. Take on e5, king h7, and then something slow. Something slow, I see. But what is slow here? Bishop f6. Bishop d4. Bishop d4, king h7. You take it, then e5. Not great. e5 and then maybe it's the same stuff, like bishop d4, king h7. But I don't really get it. This is still the first puzzle, damn. I have to speed up. But wait, why wouldn't I just attack him like this? Or not like queen h3, but queen c4. And then take a free piece. Aha, there's queen a8 hitting this one. Wait, bishop d4, king h7, in that case we take that. But then he goes e5. I don't really know. Queen h3, there's knight f2. don't like that. Queen c4, queen a8. Maybe there's no escape. So let's say if this happens, queen a8 and then g3. But then you take on f2. Okay. What else do we have? Takes, king f1. Maybe it's this. But I don't really see what happens after this. Is it just bishop g3? Or bishop e3? With bishop e3 and then you attack h6. If king h7, then you go king to e2 and then you beat him because of this pawn, but it looks very speculative. I'm not sure about that. I would love to attack somehow this knight, but he always has check on f4. And once I play bishop e3, he's gonna step away from potential pin on the long diagonal, so I'm not a big believer in 2 versus 1 on the queen side. But maybe it's something I have to do. Okay, once again, to repeat this line. Takes, and queen f6, king h7, bishop d4, queen d1. No, this is gonna be lost. This is gonna be so lost for me. But if I start with this king h7, then take, and I guess bishop f6, but rook d7 still. Yeah, that's true, but bishop d4, king h7, queen d8, rook d8, rook d3, there's e5, and then I don't know what to do. I'm not sure if this is enough for me. King f2, ed4, king f3. Somehow I feel pessimistic about this. Maybe it's queen d4 to begin with. Oh, that's a different story then. Queen d4 check, and you have to take, you go e5, but that one I was talking about. but it's a big difference now because I win the e5 pawn. So it's gonna be takes e5. Oh, it's not a big difference. Oh yeah, he doesn't escape this way. So queen d4, e5. No, sorry. Queen d4 takes, e5, rook d3. Now there's no pin because of bishop e5, check. So maybe it's an improved version of this because I win that pawn in this line, unlike in the bishop d4 line. So maybe it is just takes, e5, rook d3, e d4, rook d4, and I win this, but I wouldn't bet my money on this. Although rook a6 comes next and I'm hitting all these pawns, so it might be winning. But it looks so risky. Yeah, that's a good idea, but I don't like allowing him check. Hey, Alexander Botox. Nothing happened to my Twitch. I'm both streaming on YouTube and Twitch. Now I might get to 3100 quicker. Yeah, but this looks good, I guess. Oh yeah, wait a second. This is my new URL. I changed the handle. So I don't know, 20 minutes for a puzzle. I think it's time for me to decide. And then, well, going for this, I think I should go for a rook ending. But still, even this one's... Oh no, rook g3 is there. Rook g3, bishop c3, so I gotta take on d3. I don't see other way because I don't have a way to disconnect him, like king h2, rook e3, and it's really... Let's go for this and then take. Oh, that would... So bishop d4, the problem was what? King h7, yeah. And after this, I cannot really successfully use the pin. And if rook d3, there's e5. And I think we don't really do anything here. It says here something like this, but there's always this annoyance on d4, so in the puzzle it doesn't exist, so it's better. But the engine says plus 1 point... Oh, now it's getting bigger. 1.8. And also I wanted to make... Yeah, as Daka said, this would be nice to work, but queen b6 or queen a8. Oh, queen d5 wins. Queen h3, queen c5, king h. Let's see, how is this winning? Oh, it gives some bullshit checks. Maybe it's knight f2, just knight g4 next. Yeah. It gives a check on a7 as a first as a first line, and then it's completely insane. Okay, thumbs up, I guess. Rook b2, free pawn. Oh no. No, you didn't. So we gotta take on e3 maybe first, before we take on b2. When we take on b2... Aha, maybe the end game is to go bishop e5 and then provoke some pawns, some pawn moves on the second rank. Hopefully g3 with the rook on b2, but he's gonna play h3. So knight e3. Well, we don't want to forget about moves such as queen e3, but I don't think they work in this particular case. Knight f1. So knight e3, f e3, pretty much forced, I'd say. Rook b2, queen d3, let's say. Later we'll find out some better moves, maybe. Bishop e5, h3. And... queen d3. Rook takes, rook takes. I think we need something... Oh, now I'm disconnected. Great. I think we need something more concrete, like winning a piece or something like that. A queen, maybe. Why not? So, where was I? Takes, takes. Aha, rook e7. That one seems very, very strong. Rook e7, and now when the knight moves, bishop e3. No. Maybe rook e3. Rook e3 seems a lot stronger because on fe, knight e, there's gonna be some crushing discovered check. Yeah, rook e7, knight moves, let's say to d2, rook e3, fe, knight e, and then you take on f1 when he goes to d3. Let's say knight f1, king f1, queen f2 is mate. So I guess he has to go, after rook e7, he has to go to g3 to at least stop this collaboration between bishop and queen on f2. But then I have different plans. I can go... I can probably give a check on f5 in the end. So... Also, what's the difference between rook e7 and rook e8? The good old question. What's the difference? Maybe you'll need some rook b2. Yeah, that's correct. Wait, but there's one more thing you have to look for. So rook e7, bishop d4, knight d4, queen d3. Ah, no, that's bull. That is bull. No, nothing. But why not rook e8? That's something I... Maybe there's queen a4, but no. Rook e8. But... Wait, what happens on, let's say, rook e7, knight g3? I take with the rook, he takes on f5. Knight takes there. Wait, knight g3, rook e3. No, but you didn't cover knight takes f5, right? So this, rook e3, knight f5. But maybe then you... That's why you need rook on b8 to take on b2 in that case. Although knight takes f5 is quite strong in that case. Aha, okay. So rook e7, knight g3, knight e3, fe, rook e3, and then yeah. That looks very good. That looks very, very good. And with the rook on e8, knight g3, knight e3. There could be queen g6 maybe. But Because you hit both rooks at the same time. Maybe that's the reason. Yeah. Rook hangs on f7, yeah. Bishop d4. What a move. And then rook takes e4. Wait a second. If I go here, he doubles. Queen e4, I mean rook e4, and then c5 next. I think that's the solution. Rook e4, c5. What else can I do? I mean, if I go c5... Oh, I could go c5. Damn it. No, but there's knight g3, and there's nothing of this fork. So rook e4 with c5. Rook e4, f3. Aha, and then rook e5. Yeah, for sure, but let's say somehow he wants to... Yeah, I don't think it's so urgent to play c5, but I think it's the safest way to approach it. So after this, I could also unpin, or... Is this good now? Maybe it's a little bit... Yeah, it's okay. Because I'm also not really limited by the ways I'm defending this rook. I can go to e7, so stuff like g3, f, queen g4, f3 is not a must. So, yeah. Yeah, you can ignore it until he attacks you. It's not really urgent. You can get to f6, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, let's see here just really quickly. Knight g3, knight e3, fe, rook g, rook g. I'm playing in advance. And then this. Okay, thumbs up, and here we go. Oh, doesn't look great. Makes me sick. Bishop g7, and then think. Or could it be something subtle? Bishop g7, king g7, queen d4, knight e5. Or trap the queen, god damn it. Like this. That 93 is coming, so we should be careful. What do you think? Should I get a ritual to get some fun endings? Daka, you're lucky that I don't know how to ban people on YouTube. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe I encouraged him to do a ritual. No, don't do the ritual. I'm good. I'm good without it. So, I mean, I have to open up YouTube Studio, but I don't know how to do it. If the next puzzle is pawn ending, you're banned. Now, I don't think they make the new ones. I don't think they're so. They're changing the. They're making new ones. I don't know. Because I was looking at the puzzles from my games, and they're still the same number. I don't know. Maybe my games are not really puzzly, but everyone's games are puzzly, right? Right? Oh god. Take on g7. Take on g7. Of course, I have to look for 93 as well, but first let's take a look at this one. 95. I kinda recall it, but I don't really know the position. But yeah, I think it happened once. Takes that. What? King takes. What did you write? Queen H. Yeah, G4, Queen H4. That's a little bit. Maybe I should look deeper into that because these puzzles are usually. Aha, Bishop F3. Yo, yes. Yeah, I didn't see that at all. Bishop F3 and then you win. Bishop F3, Queen F5, Bishop G4. Yeah. So I guess we only have to worry about 93 move after Bishop G7, but is it really something to worry about? Maybe it is, because you can take on G2. Huh. But maybe you just, Bishop G7, Knight E3, Bishop F8, Knight D1, Bishop E7, threatening Knight F6 and taking the Knight on D1. It looks crazy, but I got pretty huge material for a queen. A rook and two light pieces. I think he's not playing. I don't think he gets enough material on Knight G2. Yeah, Knight G2 is okay for us. Because Bishop F8, Knight G2, King F2, and I don't think that's gonna be a problem. So, do we start with... I guess we don't start with bishop f3. No, but you're in exchange... No, you're a rook down, right? Because you haven't captured my bishop yet on f8. Yeah, so bishop d4, knight e3, bishop f8, knight g2, king g2. You're rook down. I mean, you can be a piece down, but it's still quite good. And how is... Aha, yeah. Yeah, queen f5, queen e4, but I guess that's fine. You're gonna play queen f4 next. Rook f4 next. That's enough. He doesn't have enough for exchange, I think. Let's go for this. Knight d3. So we said bishop f8, knight d1, bishop e7. And that looks good to me. Because we want to go knight f6 next, or to take on d1. I cannot go queen d4 to defend the bishop because of knight c2. So I cannot go bishop f3 because of queen h3. Although, still, wait. Ah, he takes on d1. He takes on d1 and takes on g7, attacking the rook, and then the knight... Will the knight escape? But I think it's bishop f8 anyways. Because on bishop f3 you can even take like this and take on g7. Yeah. King d2 looks a bit stupid. He doesn't attack the knight, so king f2. Also, queen d5 is coming, so we got to go for this. King, well, king g1 looks a bit tempting, but queen e4 with knight e3 looks unbearable. So we're gonna take this. +6. 30, 50, 5. Bishop g7, knight. Well, if this happens, and then bishop g4, queen is trapped, and there's nothing else. If you take a piece, standard +6, yeah, tough grind. You were close. You were this close. Yeah, the rating +6. Well. What do we have here? Knight b4 is the first move, I believe. And then knight f7. What's the matter with this? What can I do besides the obvious? I don't think I can do anything else. I can take the second knight, but that's not gonna work. Yeah. But it's gonna be a pawn ending, so don't feel too relaxed. Blah blah, hello. Maybe this, that, CB, King A5. Or maybe the point is King A7, I don't know. King A7, Knight F7, B3. But maybe he goes to B6. But still, always there's a square which we can give check from. Wait, takes, CB. King A5. Knight F7, B3. And that's already a struggle. Oh, but wait, knight is 6. But I always have some transit check. I gotta take this. There's no way around this. So if I would go for knight to f7 immediately, he would go here. And then I cannot catch the pawn. Because if he takes, he has b... Oh no, he doesn't have b7. He has a7. So I gotta take first on b5, not to rush to capture. But wait, this? Now take... I guess king a7? Yeah, he runs to... Once I give a check on b6, he runs to b8 and he's safe from any forks. So I think we should do this. And if king a7, here b3. b6, king b8. Maybe this is the win. Ah, no. I thought I would get in time to promote the pawn, but he's catching me. Yeah, it could be. But I think it's something like... Wait. At best, but we have to be very lucky to draw that. So now it's either this, and then this one doesn't seem right. So CB, so this king a7. Wait, which line are you talking about? So CB king a7. Knight c6 now, or king b6, and then you take on b4 and maybe win the endgame. But I wouldn't be so sure about that. After king b8, but how do you... Aha! Okay, yeah. Yeah, knight c b6, king b8, b6, king b8, knight c6, king b7, king c5 now. And then you win a pawn. Yeah, that looks good. Once you have two passed pawns, it's easier to win. Much easier. I like this. Let's go for this. +8. Let's go. Because if you take now, then you're lost. It's equal, actually. This is equal. f6, and then you cannot stop him from pushing it. There is 63. Well, it's equal because it's first of all a C pawn, which is usually a drawish pawn, and it's far advanced with the knight. It's very possible. Maybe it's check on c2 and then rook c5. Yeah, I agree. Check, king b3, rook c5, and then something. But I don't know, takes here, or takes and push. And then just go. This is where we fail. If I take, he pushes. No, if I take, he gives a check. And then takes my pawn, and that has to be a draw. So I think I gotta give a check to separate his king from my pawn. Because if I don't, then what? So second plan is this. King b3 and then take on g5, because rook on g5 will be a bit clumsy at first. So it gives us some time to do a successful removal of my rook. Without having to suffer any checks, which might or might not be a big deal, but oh, check, and then rook here. Maybe it's this, king b3, rook c1 with the idea of d2. But he has lots of checks. I don't like that. So, rook c2, king b3. Rook c1, check. King f5, go here. But his king is cut off, so it might work. It might just work in the end. HG, take care of the H pawn and then win. Simple, right? I mean, what's there? What's there to think? HG, and we win that 90% of the time. Daka, thank you for being here. Thank you for not dropping any voodoo magic or whatever you do. And I'll see you soon. Yeah, and if the next puzzle is king and pawn ending, then you're banned. Yeah. Sorry, but if I have some suspicions, I have to ban people. Yeah, first move has to be rook c2. Like, there's no way. Something else. Voodoo with the puppets and needles. It has to start with rook c2 because white wants to give a check and then take on d3. And then it looks very drawish. So rook c1. I cannot look. Yeah, this one let's wing it with a little bit of intuition. Oh, relief. +8. And then I was thinking something like this. HG, yeah. Rook d3, g4, and then the g pawn is quite close. H pawn can be caught, and the king is cut off. Perfect. Okay, 30-70, that's my personal best, I think. Even 30-63 was my personal best, but now I'm just getting higher and higher. Should we continue? Hell yeah. Oh, boy. No. This is cancer. This is something. Maybe we don't continue. Maybe we don't. Maybe we just say it was enough and no, I have some feeling it's b5 and then king b3 to stop c4. Because c4 pretty much fixes all my pawns. And my idea is to somehow go b5, king b3, and then c5, c4, and then lock the diagonal before it's too late. And then I push my a pawn. But how do you calculate this shit? b5, what do you play? Aha, maybe king c6 and then King c6, king b3, king b5, a4. Yeah, there's always c4. But maybe I have time for some b5, king c6, b4, cb, ab, king c7, b3, bishop c3. Wait, b5, king c6, b4, cb, ab, king c7, d5, king c6, d4, king c5, b3. Yeah, that's actually after d5. There's bishop f2. But then I push. I push nothing. Yeah. But then king b3, kings. Sorry, king b5. But then he goes all the way to e5 with the king. Oh, not great. So king b3 instead, or maybe c4. c4 is a little naive. c5. c5, c4. King b3, but he has plenty of time. No. King b3, c4, a4. What if you go... Oh, no. I'm kidding. I wanted king b3, but he takes on b3 on b5. King b3, c4. And then you might go with c5. No. a4. Yeah, that's a good one. d5, king d5, king b3. And then start pushing. If c4, b4. But yeah. Somehow this doesn't feel enough. What about c5 move? He goes c4, right? And then king b3. But then just he's gonna stop it so easy. So easily. I think it could be b5, but I don't know what to do here. If d5, king c7, what happens then? Then king b3, I guess, and then a3. a4, king c4, or whatever. I think once I allow him to play c4, it's not gonna be possible to make any progress, because his one pawn is holding black's 3, and the bishop is gonna hold the long diagonal, so I don't really see how you make progress here. So I would go for either b5 or, in some crazy case, c5. c5, c4, I don't see how to progress. So I would rather go for b5. Although, wait, if I go here, a4, he moves the bishop to this diagonal. I go here, and then I push b5. That might work. Yeah. True that. Now I'm all for this move. But maybe the problem is that he can go c4, a4, king d4, and then defend by bishop c3. And then if he goes too far away, then I can go after these pawns. But then I go c6 and make a barrier. Huh. Or create a passed pawn. You know what? Let's go with king b3. Unless you saw something like that. Maybe there's some d5 tricks. d5, cd5. Aha. Yeah. That could work. Leo, hello. Let's go for this. And then let's push. Because what else can I do? For crying out loud. Well, maybe... No, not even maybe. a4. You meant like king d4, bishop c3, yeah. But I don't think it's necessary to do that. d5 with b5, but... Yeah, actually it works. It works. You'll push until b4 and then bishop has to move here, king a2, and then push. Cool. And now we push. one more time, or I think we push until a3 and then we wait. If king b4, then c5, but then bishop f6 and he takes my c6. c6, king c6, king c4, king b6, d5, and then you push them. c6, king d6, king c4, king c6, b5, and then you push. King takes and bishop takes. Yeah, I mean, you want... yeah. I think I get it. King c4. +4. d4. And now we have a screen for the a pawn. Yeah, you can... yeah, send me a mail and that's good. I think +4 is a little bit too little for this. And also, if you take on d6, there is going to be b5 and then just push. Next. And this one might be the last. I think this is going to be the last one, yeah. Piece down. Piece down. We have nothing. We have no attack whatsoever. Bishop e7. Or check and bishop e7. That's a big nuance. So I guess if you Yeah, I think you need to invest more time to be able to get the rating up. It's gonna be tough by only intuition. Maybe there is just even f6 and then it's a little busted now. Although you can still exchange. I don't know. No, but d3 is not a problem. D3 is not a problem because it takes queen h1, yeah, bishop h4 as you said. So maybe f6 is the problem. Takes, I mean, maybe now bishop f6, but takes bishop h1. Oh yeah, queen f6 is there. Queen f6, king e3. Yeah, maybe on this he has queen h4, but then bishop takes and bishop g3. So bishop e7. But I don't get what's wrong with this first. Maybe there's some bishop f7 bullshit. But I don't know, I escaped to d7. Is that so bad? Aha, bishop e7, bishop f6 even here. This, bishop e7. Maybe I don't have enough after all these trades. Rook h1, here bishop e7. Takes, queen h3, bishop h4, king e3. But now then you go here, queen d3. Queen f1, knight e2. Now Oh wait, maybe I've seen something. Wait. So this. Yeah, but I'm not sure what's the first move. That's the problem. Bishop e7. Bishop f7. Uh, aha, there's maybe a problem with this whole line because there's gonna be something like if I go here, take, king queen h1, king f2, bishop e7, something like queen g7. And if bishop h4, g3. So bishop e7, bishop a8, rook h1, king f2, bishop h4, rook h1, bishop g3, king g1, queen f4. He has one check, but I go to d7 and that's it. Okay, let's try this. I don't know. And now we can go for rook h1 check. And bishop h4. Because now I don't have queen f4. Yeah, there's no other choice. If I go bishop h4, he takes on h1, here, and I don't have entries with my pieces, I guess. Take, bishop h4, bishop a8, takes, he's pinned. I can take on c2 in the end. I think it's enough for... Yeah. Or maybe let's do it until I make a mistake. Until we make a mistake. So let's see, what was the mistake about this approach? Queen g4 possible. What's up with this move? Is it good? Oh, it's just long castle. So that's why you go queen g4 instead. In case of castle, f6. And if you go here, just g3 and then... and he escapes to e3, which is the only move. Bishop g5, and then king goes to d3. And then we go. Queen g4, or f6, bishop f6 and queen g4. Ah, it's more or less the same. And yeah, here we are, finally. You waited for this for so long. I don't get this one. What's up with king g6? King g6, maybe c4. Or do you go for from this side to push c4, king d6, c5? Or do you begin with c4? Because if you don't do it immediately, he goes c4 himself. c4, king d4, king d6, king c5. Yeah, maybe it's c4 now. c4, king d4, king d6, king d7, king b6, a4. But then he's kinda okay because he's locking my pawns. Right, this, king d6, king c5. king d7, king b6, a4, back, king c7, a3, king b7, or maybe, oh, he has this stalemate idea to play f3 first, and then when I spend one more tempo, he is gonna lock himself on b4 once he plays a3. What happens on this and c4? Take here, king d6. But yeah, now just c3 and it's locked. I think I gotta play the c4. King d7, king b6, a4, and then go after these pawns maybe. King b6, king d6, king b7, king d5, king b6. Here takes, take, here takes, here. Push. Doesn't look good. This. Here. King b7. Oh, but if king b7, then you go c5 with b4. So you can't really do that. Oh, but now it has to be very concretely calculated. c4. a5. King, let's say a3. King goes here, king a6, or f3 just to block. King d5, king a6, king here. What's up with this? and going a4. King d3. Here, go all the way to a5. But even if I achieve that, I don't really see. Or at least it could be some triangulation. If I'm to move king b6, king c3, here king c2, but he also has 2 squares to maneuver. GGbers. Hello. Thank you. Oh. Why is it so hard? I cannot find a way if I play c4 immediately. And I'm trying to find a way if I move my king closer. But this one is killing me. Go here, here, there. I mean, you would have to go for a4 after c4. So this a4 immediately, because he might have a chance to play a4 himself and be okay with that. Although it's a race. C4. Let's go. Let's go a4, but now he might shift focus on this side. And I don't see how I break through here. Yeah, this is not good. So maybe let's focus more on this. This, king d7, king b6, a4, king c5, king c7, a3, king b7, f3, king c7, king b4, and now I don't know what to do. If I go king g6, maybe that's the trick, to force him to get with the king here and then to play c4. and then c5. And once I achieve that, I think it's easier. This is why I was afraid of king d4, because in case I play c4 immediately, he's gonna stop my c5 by king d4. But if I invest some time to king g6 and he goes king f3 to stop me from outflanking, then I can go c4, c5, bring my king back. Otherwise, I play b4, a4, and create a passed pawn. If he tries something on this side, against my f pawn from this side. So it could be that that's the solution, maybe. I don't know, let's go with king g6, c4. So now I don't touch this because he's gonna get in time. Everything is blocked, so I have to use my chance for doing king h5 and then king h4. It's +5. So as I said, once I fail, it's over. The stream is over. And so far, with the help of viewers, +8. I mean, 8 puzzles, but it's +53 this session, 54. So after c4 immediately. This is bad. Wait, what? It said it's also winning, but I don't see how. King c5, king c7, a3, king b7, f3, king c7, king b4. Aha, this is also winning. I was looking at something like this, but I couldn't. I thought it was. It was drawish. Aha, so he promotes first. Takes on a3 and. So what, even c4 is winning then, so it's a buggy puzzle. But I guess king g6 was more clear cut. Damn, both moves were winning. Or maybe they're not. Let's go deeper. King c7, a3. But yeah, it's the same line. We go here, push b4. And that's it. But this one I find clear because after c4 I get in and I have enough tempi to put white in Zugzwang. Oh, jeez. Why this puzzle to me? So maybe it's something like h2. You have to go to f1. Yeah, but when you go deeper, it says like -3.5, 4, and so on, after -2 initially. So I guess Lichess makes a difference between the moves, even though they're both winning. King e1 here, and now in case of this, we go rook b2. And it's a GG puzzle. But then promote, it's not the end. Yeah, it's messed up. And here I believe it's h2 first. I have strong belief. Rook f2, king e1, rook g2, and then promotion happens or something else. But let's dig deeper into this. h2 here, rook f2, king e1, rook g2. He has to... Now it's a bit complicated because you can give checks, some checks, or you can go rook h8 immediately, but... Oh, but this is okay because... this is okay, I think. Because the king is not close enough. Rook g2, king h1? No, I think it's even because... Oh yeah, there's that. I thought maybe king e1, but king f1 and then rook f2, king e1. But yeah, probably it's because of king h1 and rook c2. Rook c2, then you have rook g1, rook g3, forcing the king to go to g3 when you promote with check. So that's messed up. Yeah. Oh damn, the chat is delayed a lot. But I guess it doesn't matter too much. So h2 looks pretty good. But wait, h2, I have one more thing to check. Check. King f3, no. Here. Rook f1, and then queen. What happens then? That's a bit disturbing. So you know what? Maybe it's check first. Bishop f1 and then h2. Yeah, this is what I was going for. Yeah, rook f1 and then it's different. On check, there's gonna be it's still some problem, I think. Check. You can't go to the F file because of a skewer. And if you go to the H file, then I stop you from... I give a check on the H file and... Wait, maybe... Wait, but what's wrong with this, and g2? Ah, I guess you go for that line. Wait a second, this g2, rook f8. No. Rook f8, king g3. Rook g8 here, rook f8 here. Now on g2 there rook f8? I think there is. That makes me sad. h2, let's go back to h2. So rook f2 here. I told what? First check. And king has to step on the f file, let's say f3. Check. Oh, but there's this king e3 stuff. I didn't look deep enough. Fuck. b8 queen, rook f1, rook e2. And then you clear him of that. I was just looking at, oh, rook f1 covers and everything is done, but didn't look any further, which was insane. So yeah, my king gets to e3 and then it's all she wrote. And I guess it's correct one. I mean, let's go. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Rook b1, just automatic move. No, that's insane. What a sabotage by me. Wow. Maybe I should go now. Maybe I should go. But no, it was correct, so never mind. Scary stuff. Like brain damage stuff. Yes, yes, yes. Now I'm retarded now, so I gotta go.